So today we are going to make oatmeal seed bread. For this we are going to need traditional rolled oats. In the seeds we need ground flax seeds, hemp seeds, chia seeds. In addition to that we need the standard bread ingredients, that is going to be yeast, some butter, salt, bread flour and sugar. And we are going to knead the dough in some hot water. Take 1 cup of rolled oats, traditional rolled oats, and I'm going to put it in a big enough container, and then I'm going to add in all the seeds. So first it's going to be a tablespoon of hemp seeds, a tablespoon of flax seeds, and a tablespoon of chia seeds. In addition to this, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to put 2 cups of hot water. This is boiling hot water. I'm going to add that to this mix here. I'm going to just stir this up with a spoon, and I'm going to let this sit like this for a minimum of 20 minutes. I'm going to put a lid on it. I'm going to cover it up and let it sit for 20 minutes. So it is about 30 minutes, and now I'm going to open this. This is what it looks like. Now to this we are going to add another half cup of hot water. I'm going to mix it up. Now to this I'm going to add so I'm just testing the temperature. I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoon of yeast, and this is the active dry yeast. I'm going to then mix this up, and after this I'm going to add salt. So for this quantity I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. Mix this up again, and now to this we are going to add some bread flour and whole wheat flour. So we start off with some bread flour. This is a half cup measure, and I'm going to keep adding it until I get the right consistency. Usually it is about 4 cups of flour. So here is, this is 1 cup, 2 cups. I'm going to add a cup of whole wheat flour. Now this is again to just increase the nutritional value. So I'm going to add 2 cups of this is 1 cup, and now I'm just going to start mixing with my hands and see how it goes, and then I'm going to add in more flour as needed. We want it to be a soft non-sticky dough. Because of the oats and the seeds in it, it's not going to be completely non-sticky. There you will have some stickiness, but we can just work with it. So after mixing all the dry flour into this, this is where I'm at. I have done the kneading for about 3 to 4 minutes, and it is become very sticky, and I think this will take a little bit more dough, some more flour. So I am going to add in about half cup of whole wheat flour to this, and then I'm going to continue mixing until all this is incorporated and it is less sticky. So after about 15 minutes of kneading the dough, this is what it looks like. So you see it is soft and it is non-sticky. So my bowl is completely clean. Now the next step is to keep it for rising. I am going to pour some oil to prevent the dough from sticking to the bowl while it is rising. And so this is how we do that. Make sure it covers everything, the sides of the bowl. So you want to let the dough rise up, and the oil helps it do that. So once this is done, I'm going to cover it and keep it in a warm place till it doubles in size. So this could take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours depending on the temperature inside your home. We have a total of 3.5 cups of flour in this. That is 1.5 cup of whole wheat flour and 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So now we will see you when this rises up. So it has been about 2 hours and this is how much it has risen. So now the next step is to punch it down and then make it into log shapes, put them in the loaf tins and then keep it for a second rising. So just push it down so that all the air gets released, and I just knead it like this. Now one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 loaves out of this. I'm going to cut this down in approximately 2 halves. I'm going to put it on this plate so that I can make a nice log shape. And this is what I'm going to do. Just make it a roll. So this is my log over here. I pinch it down so that it doesn't open up at this side, and when I put it in the tin, I'm going to put the seam side down. I have already sprayed the 2 loaf tins with non-stick sprays. So now this is how this is going to be in, and then this is my second bowl. I'm going to put it over here on the plate. You could dust it with some dry flour if you need, but I don't think I need it right now. I'm going to roll it up. And I pinch down the seam. And close the ends over here as well. So they'll even out in the loaf tin. And I put the second one here. And now these have to rise again. So it will take about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to put these in the oven so that they are in a closed environment, controlled temperature. And then we can bake them. So it has been about an hour now and my loaves have risen pretty well. I have started the oven to heat at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The thing I'm going to do with these 2 loaves is I'm going to make some slits at the top so that there is space for the steam to release and your bread doesn't crack at weird places. So I'm taking a pretty sharp knife here and I'm going to kind of make a nice and delicate cut right here. Or you can do different designs as well, it's up to you. And then we put it in a heated oven for 350 degrees Fahrenheit and it will take about 40 to 45 minutes for it to bake. You need to keep an eye on the bread, and when you start smelling a good bread smell, that's when you turn it off. So after about 40 minutes of baking, this is how the bread looks. And we did a little bit of design on this loaf over here. And so while it is hot, if you keep it in the container, the bread sweats and it will get soggy at the bottom. So it is better to take it out. So this is what I do. I just dump it up on a chopping board, and putting this non-stick spray on the loaf tins really helps so that the bread just comes out and doesn't stick. And this is it. So you can cool it and cut it only after it has cooled down. So enjoy.